Let's picture a quiet little corner of Copenhagen. There's this grand red almshouse right next to a lush green rampart. It looks so peaceful, right? But I want you to look closer. Zoom in on one of those windows, because from that single pane of glass, a whole universe of stories is about to unfold.
And this quote, right here, this is the key to the whole thing. The inward gaze. We're not just looking out at the world, we're about to look in, deep into memory, into the echoes of history. And it's all triggered by one simple, everyday moment.
So meet our storyteller. She's an old maid, framed by her flowers at the window, and she's just watching a bunch of kids play. Now, to them, she's probably just some old lady in a window. But for us, she's about to become our time traveler.
All right, let's join her at that window. Let's try to see what she sees. But more importantly, what does it all make her remember?
The first thing she sees is just pure, unfiltered joy. You've got this group of kids, and yeah, they're poor, no shoes, no stockings, but they are so rich in spirit. Their cheeks are all red, and their eyes are shining like, well, angels' eyes. And they're just running and playing with that kind of energy only kids have. It's a perfect picture of carefree innocence.
But here's the thing. This beautiful, happy scene, it's not the whole story. Not even close. Because beneath all that laughter, the very ground they're playing on holds some pretty dark secrets. So let's dig a little deeper, shall we?
The first story is, wow, it's a chilling one. There's this old local legend that whispers how this very rampart was built on a terrible sacrifice. The story goes that a child was lured into an open grave and buried alive, all to make the ground holy and strong. The kids playing have no idea they're literally dancing on a tomb.
And it wasn't just legends. This place was a fortress, a real place of blood and steel. A Danish king swore he would die in his nest right here. Soldiers fought and died on this very patch of grass. Women, in this last desperate act of defiance, poured boiling water on attacking soldiers in the snow. I mean, this playground was once the site of a brutal, desperate siege. Just stop and think about that contrast for a second. On the one hand, you have the happy shouts of children today. On the other, the ghost of a child crying in an open grave. You've got carefree games of tag happening on the exact same spot where soldiers made their last stand. It's an incredible thought, right? That the most peaceful places can hold these completely opposite histories. Two worlds, one of light and one of darkness, occupying the very same space. So, we've covered the big, epic history. But now, things get personal, really personal. Because for her, this rampart isn't just some historical site, it's the landscape of her own heart. And the sound of those kids laughing, it's waking up a ghost from her own past. And just like that, there she is, not an old woman anymore, but a young girl. She can almost feel that simple white dress again, maybe a little worn, but stitched with love. She can feel the sun on her face, the grass under her feet. It was a day of so much hope, so much promise, a whole life just about to begin. Then, whoosh, the years just melt away, and now she sees herself walking there again. But this time, she's with him, her friend, her love. The rampart is bursting with the colors of spring, the air is filled with flowers, everything feels perfect. The future seemed as bright and as endless as a summer sky.
You can really boil her whole youth down to these three images, can't you? The white frock, which was all about hope, the budding tree, a symbol of new love, and then the black coffin, a dream born, and then a dream shattered, just like that.
She remembers seeing a tree on that rampart, how every single spring it would bloom again, this vibrant symbol of renewal. But then she thinks, alas, it is not so with the human heart. A tree can heal itself, it can grow new buds, but a heart can break forever.
And that was it. That's how her story was written. The bridal chamber she had dreamed of became a cold, dark tomb instead. Her love was gone, and with him, her future. She was destined to become what she is right now, an old maid at the window, watching the world go by.
But here's the thing. This isn't just a story about despair. In this one final, beautiful moment of clarity, she finds a kind of peace. She realizes that all these stories, her own, the history of the rampart, they aren't separate things. They're all part of one single, unbroken circle. And it all just clicks for her. She realizes she was that joyful child running free on that very rampart. And then she was that hopeful girl dreaming of love. And now, yes, she's the old woman at the window,
But in the children playing below, she doesn't just see an echo of her past, she sees her own story beginning all over again. It isn't over. It's just starting again with them.
So there you have it. The circle is complete. An entire lifetime of memories, a nation's history, a tragic love affair, all of it contained in her mind in a single, quiet moment, just by looking out at some kids playing on a sunny day. And so we leave her there, at her window, watching those kids. They just keep playing, totally unaware of the ghosts around them or the stories sleeping right under their feet. They are simply and beautifully alive. Which, of course, brings us to the final thought. What about you? What about the places you see every single day? Your local park, a street corner, an old building. What histories and what memories are hiding there, just beneath the surface, waiting for you to look just a little bit closer?